My name is Gwen Womack, and I live in the Arlington area, and I'm a mother to 4 children. My oldest has been 45, and I have parented 100, and to date, 190 young ladies through the foster care system. And we have been doing that probably for going into our 16th year. I was a social worker for 30 years, worked in counseling, drug counseling, and a variety of other things. I feel that this is something that I've been called to do. I think you have to have a passion, but beyond that, I think it's a calling. Like right now, I have 6 daughters, but I have 18 personalities I'm dealing with. Because I have mom's DNA, I have dad's DNA, and then I have their personality. So any given day, I'm dealing with 18 people in this house. If you have been incarcerated for 10 years, and everything is structured in that incarceration. You live there and you're fine there, but one day you know you're gonna leave. And then they open the door, they give you a bus ticket and your $50 or whatever it is you have in your account, and they say goodbye. And where are you gonna go? Most of the girls get pregnant. Almost immediately. A lot of them get pregnant. And when I see them going through changes, I take them to that fork in the road and I tell them, you're always gonna have 3 choices. And behind you is gonna be where you came from. Now, if you turn around, you know what you're going back to, but you have 3 choices, but they don't know what those choices are.
What she does is when you're at a hard place like that, it's like she takes you, and it's so ironic that it's like right next to her house, like the fork, and she stands you in the middle. And she tells you your options, and it's always 4 options. It's like you can either go straight, keep moving forward, go back, follow him, and then there'll be another option. And that thing speaks to me to this day.
The preference in foster care is that kids do not age out. They would prefer that they be adopted or return home. That's the preference. However, that's not always the case. If they've aged out of the system and they didn't connect with anybody before they left, they have nowhere to go. So they end up on the streets.
And she's like, God has really presented this opportunity for you, and I believe that it's God sent. And she started telling me about Oak Creek Place. She started telling me about Mr. Myron, Miss Kristen, and all I could do was like, God, this has to be from you.
Oak Creek Place is a blessing simply because it is a place for kids to go that is not associated or attached to foster care. Oak Creek Place is a refuge. It's really a kind of a house of refuge. They know they can stay there until they get on their feet. They know that they're supported, and they know that it's a spiritual environment.
The day that I found out about Oak Creek Place, the next day I was supposed to be gone back to my hometown. So it was more of this has to be a God-sent thing.
They need to know that there's somebody pushing them. To know that if I had aged out at 18 and now I'm 21 and maybe I went to 3 jobs, I would love to know that there's some place for me to go. I aged out, I'm 21, I can't call my social worker, she quit, she retired, but I got this little old card, and I can pull this card out and say, I wonder if they'll take me. That gives me hope. Even if I never come, I know I've got this card and there is such a place.
I'm working, I'm in school, I have a home, like everything is just perfect. One of the main things that I would say is thank you. Thank you, because if it wasn't for the ones who come maybe on their day off from their work and work on the simplest thing as an AC, if they didn't work on the toilet, if they didn't work on the sink, if they didn't work on the walls, the rooms, whatever, there wouldn't be a home for me. Because of you, because of Miss Kristen, because of the people who help me now, I'm okay. I'm okay.